Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Wrestling Challenge review series. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe, like, comment. We'd really like to turn the channel into a way we can add a little bit to the world and society by giving to charity. And we need 1,000 subscribers to be able to do that, at least. So if you could subscribe, that would help out. In any event, this is the Wrestling Challenge review series. Also, if you need life, business, relationship coaching, go to my main channel, Golden Opportunities Coaching, for that. But here, wrestling review of the 18th of October, 1986 edition of Wrestling Challenge. Coco Ware and Steve Lombardi. Obviously, Coco Ware coming majority from Memphis area. I think he did a little bit of time in Mid South too. And we've got a Mid South series, if you haven't checked that out, worth doing as well. But Coco, pretty new here, only a few months in. Lombardi, been here a couple of years by this point. Coco manages to drop the fist right in between the eyes of Lombardi. Coco managing to kind of strut and fly around. This is before him making Pile Driver, the wrestling album. I guess one of the lead tracks for the album, maybe even the lead track, but anyway. Few arm drags by Coco, and again, he manages to do everything he can. Beautiful drop kick by Coco. Coco is a really underrated talent for the time period, and he runs through about 94. He manages to hit the Gourd Buster or the Brain Buster, depending on your perception and what they want to call it this week, for the victory over Lombardi. Wrestler rebuttal with Roddy Piper. Piper talks about wanting to take out Orton and Adonis and Morocco for their 3-on-1 attack a few weeks ago. Piper is a masterful promo and kind of worth going out of your way just to see this short clip there. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff against Tony Parks is up next. Orndorff has turned heel against Hulk Hogan and is a few short months outside of his run with Hogan in about August, culminating in the big Toronto big event program, which honestly is one of the better things. And they still have a run through early 87. Rumors have it that if Andre the Giant couldn't go, maybe Orndorff would have gotten a shot at Hogan at WrestleMania 3. Don't know how true that is, but anyway, Bobby Heenan is very happy with his investment in Paul Orndorff. Orndorff, though, thinking about it, has a run from about 84 through 87, and in 3 years has a pretty big impact on the WWF product. Back suplex by Orndorff, and Orndorff shows great aggression and intensity, but even here, even in late 86, you can kind of see his muscular atrophy beginning just a little bit, just ever so slight. And obviously that's a big thing by 87, big clothesline by Orndorff, and he manages to be very aggressive. Hits the pile driver 1, 2, 3, cupping the ear, and away we go. Tito Santana lends his support to Roddy Piper for having been attacked, and that's a pretty big thing. Santana also talks about wanting to get back at Randy Savage in upcoming house shows, and just kind of setting things up in that direction. Dick Slater and Bob Bradley up next. Bob Bradley, a guy that to me could have gone so much further in the sport, just never in the right place at the right time with the right push. And it's having somebody with talent see you as talented is so important, and that never quite happened for Bob Bradley. Dick Slater, again, I mentioned in the previous week that I don't really understand the pull of Dick Slater. Anyway, he kind of sends Bradley back to the corner and snaps him over. Big elbow drops by Slater. Slater tries to get an advantage with some basic headlocks. Meanwhile, Danny Davis, who they're getting ready to pull from being a referee in the next few months, talks about continuing to do his job to the best of his ability. That angle plays out over the next several months. Started in February and he's still running here in October. The cheating of Danny Davis in the heel referee spot, which is overdone so much. It's amazing to me how much wrestling current bookers kind of harken back to the 80s time frame. Anyway, inside cradle and then small packages by Slater. Slater having difficulty getting rid of Bob Bradley, which again, to me indicates that they didn't really have long-term plans. Bradley sent to the outside by Slater, and that kind of is sort of there. I don't know that Slater even has a full finished program in the area. Slater goes to the top rope and hits top rope elbow drop to the top of the head, and then that's where it goes. Rougeau brothers up with an interview next. They talk in French and English about their desire to be tag team champions, about their desire for shots at the Bulldogs, desire for shots at the Hart Foundation. Kind of, I like this, making the titles matter more than the talent. I've always been a fan of that idea. Then the Dream Team, Beefcake and Valentine versus Jerry Allen and Rick Hunter. Rick Hunter, who also has played the Gladiator upon occasion, another enhancement talent who, to me, could have been more in a smaller territory and never really got the chance. Valentine and Beefcake still a team, although that kind of ends in time for WrestleMania 3 in March, so they're nearing their end over the next few months. Big body slam by Valentine on Allen. Allen looks to be in good shape. Interesting that he never got more shots, but even in previous matches, we see him get offense, body slams and the like, and he gets one here. Valentine cuts off his adversary with a back elbow. Tag to Beefcake. Beefcake misses a clothesline, kind of awkward, but comes back with some forearms. Beefcake and Valentine square the ring off pretty aggressively, and Beefcake takes over with some power maneuvers for the next little while. Tag off, blind tag to Rick Hunter. Hunter nails Beefcake right under the chin, takes a couple of shots, and then Beefcake cuts him off. I do like the fact that enhancement talent in this era are given a little more leeway than average. Beefcake hits an offensive maneuver, pulls him up, and ultimately Valentine comes back in, hits the chops, and then manages to hit an elbow drop in the figure four and gets the win. Jake the Snake Robertson, the Junkyard Dog, basically insinuating the dog is lazy and uninspired and fat and out of shape. They're kind of teasing that they may have some bit of feud in the future. Jake Roberts, Snake Pit, pretty short show in this era. Of course, the Snake Pit in '87 leads to the babyface turn of Jake Roberts with the Honky Tonk Man thing. That's not up on the network yet. We'll look forward to it when it is. Sika and Jose Luis Rivera, the Wizard, a.k.a. King Curtis Iakea, presenting Sika. Sika, of course, the father of Roman Reigns and one of the patriarchs of the Wild Samoan dynasty, the Anoa'i family, and certainly, some chops by Sika, back elbow, and obviously he's more of a brawler. He kind of sits down with the reverse chinlock on his adversary, the Wizard. A great promo. King Curtis Iakea. We actually would love to see some of his stuff from Hawaii. Actually, here. I'm more interested in hearing him than seeing him. But anyway, some chokeouts, and then finally a Samoan drop leads to a victory for Sika. Bobby Heenan basically mocks the dog Matilda, the new mascot of the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid, making fun of the dog for having fleas and ticks and being mangy and all of this. Heenan, of course, eventually leads the heel Islanders against the Bulldogs for several months, culminating in a match at WrestleMania 4 that is not anytime soon, though. Bulldogs against Rudy Diamond and Steve Regal. Regal, of course, the AWA version, Mr. Electricity. And obviously the British Bulldogs, still your tag team champions for the next several months. I think the injury of Dynamite Kid that ends his career or slows him down considerably happens within about a month and a half here. I think it was either November or December of 1986. But you can even see Dynamite slowing down even a little bit here. Sends Regal into the buckle. And Davey Boy is cleaning house early. Dynamite comes in, hits the snap vertical suplex that he's so known for, explosively powerful, and Regal backs off. Dynamite tries to roll up, doesn't get all he wants on it, and Regal misses an elbow drop. The other enhancement talent comes in, and he's trepidatious, as one can expect. Rolls through by Dynamite, manages to do everything he can. Davey Boy comes back in, gets an armbar, and kind of rolls through on his own. We kind of see Davey and Dynamite making regular tags as good tag team champions would. The power slam that Davey becomes known for is the first half of the finish, followed by the diving headbutt from the top rope and a victory for the Bulldogs. Comments from the Iron Sheik and Volkov. They want tag team championship shot at the Bulldogs. They want that sooner rather than later. They are, after all, former tag team champions and unhappy with the way they've been treated since losing the championships. And we will close with this episode on that occasion, and we'll be back with more right after this.